We welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at Jackson Center High School, where the Russia Raiders will take on the Jackson Center Tigers. Tonight's game brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allenbaugh Insurance, and NKTelco bring you tonight's game from Jackson Center. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me tonight, Jeff Henson, as we take a look at the Russia Raiders. They come in at 11-1 overall, one loss on the season to Tri-Village, 5-0 in league play, and on a collision course with Fort Loramie in a major Shelby County Athletic Conference game, provided they don't look ahead.
Yeah, you said a lot there, and the Russia is all those things. They had a great season that lost to a very good Tri-Village team at home by 4 points. Since that time, they've won 5 in a row. This will be the first game since winning the Buccaneer Holiday Classic, defeating Covington on the 29th of December. But they haven't played Fort Loramie yet. You're right. Tonight's a game they can't be overlooked, and Jackson Center's playing very good basketball. We'll segue into that comment, talking about them as they're a team you got to take seriously.
Yeah, Jackson Center, they've come on strong. They're winners of their last 3 and beginning to play some good basketball with a young team.
They're young. You say last 3, they're 5-1 in their last 6. Not only loss was an overtime loss to Minster. So again, young, but getting some confidence and playing with a lot of pride right now. A lot of confidence, I think, is the key.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
And now we'll have the introduction of our starting lineups for tonight's game between Russia and Jackson Center. Starting lineups tonight, all brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. First for the Russia Raiders, number 3, a senior, C.C. Borchers. Number 4, a junior, Ronnie Poling. Number 5, another senior, Maya Monin. Number 13, another senior, Kate Sherman. And number 14, a senior, Reese Gubo. So it's Borchers, Poling, Monin, Sherman, and Gubo. And the Raiders, of course, coached by Paul Bremagen, head coach for the Raiders. Just accomplished a career milestone of 450 wins against Botkins. And for the Tigers, number 4, Grace Pranger. Number 10, Presley Reese. Number 14, a sophomore, McKinley Reichert. And number 20, a junior, Addie Biederman. And number 44, another junior, Macy Kloppenstein. So it's Springer, Reese, Reichert, Biederman, and Kloppenstein for Jackson Center under Coach Tiffany Brown. Now let's take a look at our keys to the game as we get ready for the center jump. Keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First for the Russia Raiders, 11-1 and 5-0 in league play.
Well, for the Raiders, they think their offensive execution is critical. They want to control the pace, good passing, take good quality shots. They also feel rebounding is important. They have some size, make sure they take advantage of that. Don't let second chance opportunities happen for the Tigers. And knock down the free throw shooting. I was going through the stats. Russia doesn't knock down free throws at a high percentage. And for the Jackson Center Tigers, they know they have to play good inside defense against a bigger Russia team. They have to try to battle and win the boards. Again, outside, but it's not always about your size. It's about more about your positioning and then also composure on defense. They expect some pressure. Got to handle the ball. Remember, they're young, but they're playing a lot of games now, and they're beginning, I think, to play with a lot of confidence. We've seen them play and kind of grow this season, Dave. So, congratulations. There's the keys of the game. Thank you to Keyhole Pizza.
Yep, all brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Jackson Center will have the basketball first as Biederman will have it out front. Kloppenstein now. Biederman goes inside. Reichert rolls to the hoop. There's the pass up and in. McKinley Reichert, good-looking sophomore, played on the varsity as a freshman as well, as many of these sophomores got extensive playing time a year ago. 2-0. Inside move by Borchers. Shot no good. Back up and in. Back up and no good, but she'll get her own rebound. Chases it down in the corner as they rotate the basketball back out to Monin in the left side. Sherman out front.
Well, there's a battle going on inside with Poling and Reichert. A lot of body contact. I think official down there, Scott Nurse, maybe mentioning a word to them to keep it clean.
And we're only into our second minute of play. Shot no good. Sherman with the rebound puts it up and in. Kate Sherman at 6'1" gets the basket.
4 shots in that possession. They capitalized. It took them a while, but Sherman, 6'1" senior, capitalizes on the offensive rebound for the first points of the game.
Springer will handle the basketball. The junior guard gets it over to Reichert.
Reichert scored their first possession, but she got a great pass from Biederman to help her score that first bucket.
Biederman with the basketball as Reichert cuts inside, and a little bit late, and the turnover as Borchers will grab it. Up, shot no good. Borchers off to a tough start here, and Cece averaging 13.6 points per game, and a foul in the backcourt that's going to go on, I believe, number 14.
Reese Gubeau her first, but you mentioned Cece Borchers. Nice move there at the basket, kind of a slow down step through, but 0 for 3 from the field so far for the leading scorer, as you mentioned, at 13.6 a game for the senior.
Biederman wants Kloppenstein to roll inside, and shot no good, and a battle on the boards. Let's see who that's on. That's going to go against Cece Borchers. Boy, a big collision with her and McKinley Reichert in the battle for the rebound. They're going to have Reichert shooting the free throws.
I looked down, I didn't see the shot. I was recording or writing down my stats, and but offensive rebound point for McKinley Reichert. She now has 3 in the game, leading scorer for them at 11 points a game.
Second free throw, knocks it home. Jackson Center with a 4-2 lead.
Each team 2 points coming off a second chance.
Gubeau. Poling. Over to the left side, and Gubeau. Borchers comes up, gets the basketball. Over to the right side of Mon, and out front is Sherman. Ball tipped there by Kloppenstein. Taken away, and Reese will have it for the Tigers. Up court she comes against Borchers. Right side Pringer. Inside it goes. Kloppenstein off the glass. Shot no good. Reichert has a hand on it.
Another look for the Tigers, so they'll get another crack at it here in this possession.
So Reese will toss it in. Jump shot Reichert, no good. Good look at it from McKinley, just doesn't fall.
But possession stays with the Tigers on the mishandle by the Raiders, so another look. And yes, good look from Reichert from a mid-range jumper. Didn't drop. That's her first miss of the game.
Reichert has the basketball, goes to the baseline, back out to Biederman. At the free throw line, tipped away there as they try to go inside by Sherman, and they'll bring it back out and set it up with Reese. Reese to the left side and Reichert. Kloppenstein cuts inside. Biederman in the wing. Reichert wants to go inside, cut off there by the Russia defense. Pranger will handle it. She's going to be double teamed. Almost the steal as Sherman comes out.
Yeah, Maya Mana came up as from the backside. Unfortunately for the Tigers, Sherman couldn't get a good angle on it. The pass was a little bit lower. While she's heading to the basket uncontested.
Reese double team, gets it up court. Reichert left-handed shot, and it's good. And Jackson Center takes a 6-2 early lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Boy, it's nice to have a strong point guard like Reese that can take advantage of the double team with a nice long pass.
Monen's shot rims in and out. Jackson Center will have the basketball.
That's a risk you do when you double team. You assume your enemy can't throw the ball. And Reese, again, we've seen them play a number of games this year. She can throw it, and it's usually to her classmate, Reichert. And that was a fine job there, passing the ball faster than the defense can. Move your feet. And Reichert, same thing there. Strong enough to do the pass and avoid the double team. Good job by the Tigers.
Smart basketball, that's for sure. And Reese will toss it in. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go here. Opening quarter basketball here on NKTelco Sports. Shelby County Athletic League action from Jackson Center. Reese for three. Shot no good. Rebound to Borchers. Cece across the timeline. Goes to the right side. Gubo back over to Borchers. They work it around the arc quickly. Monin. Gubo into the lane. Dumps it off to Poling. And Ronnie Poling having a pretty good year for the Raiders. Almost 8 points per game and about 6 rebounds.
Nice pass there from Reese Gubo. Nice assist as she hit Poling for the, well, I thought it was a tough shot too. She kind of had to twist her body, but did a nice job finishing.
Pranger open for the shot. It doesn't fall. The Raiders can tie it up here as we have 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Sherman inside trying to get position on Kloppenstein. Back out to Borchers. She looks inside. Poling is on the other side, guarded by Reichert. Reese on Borchers. They'll get it to the corner and Monin. Biederman on her. Poling. Back out front, and Monin will. Good defense here by Jackson Center, Jeff.
Yeah, very, very conservative, maybe disciplined is the best word. They've just held their ground and they've fought through the picks nicely, and Russia just has not had a chance to break down the Tigers. And again, boy, Reichert and Poling battling on the inside.
Sherman gets it back out to Borchers. Sherman comes out for the pick, but it'll go back over to Gubo. Poling trying to get position on Reichert inside. Reese almost had the steal. Borchers is going into the lane. She does that very well. Shot no good, and the rebound comes down to Pranger.
Long possession, empty points for the Tigers, and Reese thought maybe she was contacted going to the hoop, but she's 0 for 4 to start the game for the leading scorer, Cece Borchers.
Biederman with the basketball, pulling on her. Biederman looks inside. Nice. There's Reichert. Shot doesn't go.
Boy, nice pass by Biederman. She threaded the needle, Dave. There wasn't a lot of room. I would have preferred the bounce pass, but her chest pass got through there, and Reichert is fouled. Second foul against Borchers, so she's not been able to score yet, and also now picks up her second foul with 1:51 to play in the first quarter.
That was the biggest groan of the night so far, as student section over there thought Reichert had that one, but it doesn't fall, but she'll connect on the free throw.
I'm going to give Biederman an assist. Her pass led to a score, so that's her second assist for Biederman. And
Reichert
8 points. Wow, nice start for her. 4 for 4 from the line, 2 for 3 from the field for the sophomore.
Dubois across the timeline, gets it to Monin. Inside, Poling wants to take it up, gets it back outside. Shot no good as shot taken.
Grace
Holscher. A couple of subs come in. That's Holscher, number 23. Monin to the baseline. Inside, shot Poling, and she'll score, and it's going to count. Foul will be on Reichert.
It went on Reichert this time. I thought maybe Poling could have almost been called for an offensive player control as she did jump in. I don't always understand how you officiate that, why the offensive player is allowed to displace the defensive player, but it was contact, but not called, and Poling misses the chance here at the three-point play.
And Biederman will get the rebound. Jackson Center 2-point lead. Biederman looking for Reese. Reese cuts inside, and it's a turnover for the Tigers.
Carly Scott in for the Raiders. She wears number 2, 5'9" junior. Yeah, Grace Holscher came in there a couple possessions ago. She snuck in. I didn't see her come in. And so a couple of support players off the Raider bench. Jackson Center is yet to substitute.
Dosick also in the lineup. Kelby Dosick for the Raiders.
She wears number 10.
Biederman will shoot that 3. Shot no good, and Dosick will box out and get the rebound. Reichert almost had the steal, but Sherman has the ball, gets it to Poling. Shot off balance, no good. Sherman fighting inside, but Reese will just take it away from her as she's going up. Springer looks inside, right move, but Kloppenstein a little bit too far underneath the basket. And we're into the final seconds of this first quarter. Raiders can tie it up or take the lead. Dubois back over to the right side it goes as Holscher, number 23, had it for a moment. Sherman, jump shot no good with about a second plus on the clock. That's it. First quarter is history. Our score, Jackson Center 8 and the Russia Raiders 6. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Second quarter basketball is upon us, and the Raiders will have the basketball with the clock set at 8 minutes on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Russia first quarter shooting 2 of 12 from the field. That included over 3 from three-point shooting. Just 2 of 12 for the Raiders. And they're going to open up this quarter, Dave, with their third turnover. So Jackson Center will have some time here. Their first quarter shooting a little bit better, just 2 of 8 from the field, which included just 1 three-pointer they missed, but their key came from this girl right here, number 14, McKinley Reichert. 4 for 4 from the free throw line to help them to a 2-point lead here, 8-6 entering the second quarter. Jackson Center committed 3 turnovers.
There's the lob inside to Biederman. Loses her balance. And it's going to be a Tiger turnover.
Their fourth, boy, nice pass there. Maybe let her a bit too much, not for sure, but the idea was right. The backdoor cut was open, and Reichert tried to hit Biederman. It just didn't turn out, and that's her 4th turnover, first of the quarter.
Quite a dramatic turnaround here when you look at the first time the first two teams, the teams met earlier in the season. 45-28 win over Russia had a 45-28 win over Jackson Center. And tonight, 8-6, Jackson Center in the lead here as we move into the second quarter.
Foul goes against Kate Sherman. And you mentioned that last time these teams met, that was back on November 22nd, very early in the season. So, you know, when you play each other twice a year, you can kind of maybe figure out if you've gotten better through the year, what can you do differently the second time. But right now, Jackson Center has held their own here with a lot of ball game left to play, but an early lead and a good start for them against a very good one-loss Russia Raider team.
Biederman trying to get it on the baseline. Raiders will intercept the pass. Here comes Goubeau. Borchers into the lane. Nice move. CC Borchers on the board.
It took her a while to get going, Dave. That's her first make in 5 attempts. But again, she's had some nice moves. It's not like she hasn't had some good looks, but got her first bucket of the game.
That was an outstanding move there. Biederman has it inside the arc. Shot a little bit strong, but Kloppenstein grabs the rebound. Reese will pick it up, and I think there's going to be a foul on the Raiders, but let's see.
That's going to be CC Borcher's third foul. Tough one, and she scores her first bucket, maybe gets some momentum going, and she's probably, they're going to keep her in.
That's Borcher's third, though, with 6:22 to go here in the half.
Now she comes out as replacing her was Grace Holster, 23. So 6:22 to go. I'll mark that down here is when she will sit down. We'll see if she gets any more PT this half.
Looking inside, a little bit miscommunication there, and the pass goes astray. And the Raiders in a tie ball game, 8-8 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Out front to Monin. Goubeau will have it. Poling and Reichert battling it out inside. Sherman, top of the key, gets it over to Goubeau. Yep, that's clear, isn't it? We can hear that one up here. Paul Bremagen says timeout, and we all hear it with 5:46 to go in the half. Our score, Russia 8, Jackson Center 8. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here.
Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Paul Bremagen takes the timeout for his Raider squad, and tie game, and I think he wants this one to be right. Let's see what happens. Inbounds pass. Goubeau out front.
Pretty good man-to-man defense throughout the game by the Tigers. You mentioned earlier that long possession a while back. Russia came up scoreless, but the Tigers never broke down on defense, and with no shot clock, Russia didn't have to really rush it either.
Sherman shot no good. Battle for the rebound. That's going to come up. Come away to Kendall Reese, who's into the lineup.
Did you give her a rebound, Dave, and then a travel, or just?
I think she had the rebound.
Okay, so rebound, turnover. That's her fourth turnover of the quarter for the Tigers, the seventh of the game for them.
Looking for Sherman on the baseline. Reese will tip it back in, and the Raiders will regain control.
Be careful when you tip it in under the enemy's basket there. Luckily it went out top, but sometimes people will save it under the basket and just blindly throw it to the bucket, and it can result in an easy bucket for the enemy, and they're going to call a foul on Reichert. I said there's been a lot of contact with Reichert and Poling battling each other for position on the inside. This time Reichert gets her first foul, second against the Tigers in the half.
Jayla Shappy, a junior, saw a lot of playing time in the junior varsity contest into the game as Gubeau will have that one roll home, and Russia has a 10-8 lead here with 4:57 to go in the first half.
Her first points of the game for Gubeau, who averages just under 9.
Monin gets it ahead to Poling off the glass. Ronnie Poling with the bucket, and suddenly the Raiders are up by 4.
Points off turnovers, and Poling does a nice job getting the ball high and uses the glass very well to finish for her 6th point.
Reese will have it. Back over to Pranger. And out front to Biederman. It's tough when Reichert goes out. That is an extra ball handler. She handles it quite well, and this Raider defense is a scrappy one. Outside shot by Presley Reese, no good, as Poling will chase the rebound down. Gubeau fires it to Monin in the corner. Back over to Poling, inside Sherman. Sherman. Reese will come over and help out. Comes back out to Monin. Shot no good. Rebound to Kloppenstein. Reese inside, or rather Biederman. Lead pass to Pranger, and she steps on the line. So
that's a couple of times now. The Tigers have tried to hit Cutter's back door where they've been open. The pass just off enough to not allow a scoring opportunity. This time it results in a 6th Tiger turnover of the second quarter, the 9th of the game.
Shappy with the basketball in the wing. She'll get it back over to Monin.
Nearly a foul there on Reese. You can't do that kind of defensive contact.
Sherman off the glass, no good. Poling backside rebound. And the size inside beginning to take its toll on Jackson Center as the Raiders are up now by 6.
Nice bounce pass. As I said, it was a nice bounce pass. About the only time it doesn't work is if it gets kicked. So good defense by Sherman, but Poling has been really tough. She's been perfect from the field, 4 for 4. She just finishes so well, so under control and textbook form. Nice rotation off the glass. She's 4 for 4, 8 points in the ball game.
Outside shot, and a big one for Presley Reese. Makes it 14-11. Jackson Center needed a little.
They needed a lot. They hadn't scored yet in the quarter, so it's
a little offensive boost, and they got it from Reese. Gubeau in the wing. She's going to take it to the hoop, puts it off the glass, and draws the foul. And Grace Pranger, the junior for the Tigers, picks up her first foul.
That was a nice move by Gubeau. The left side, most right-handed players don't like to drive to the basket on the left side, but she took advantage and went to the basket quick and gave her a difficult decision of how to play defense. It results in a foul. The 3rd point of the game now for Gubeau.
Gubeau connects on the free throw. Reese averaging 8.6 points per game, a couple of rebounds, and leads the team in assists with 3 per contest. Second free throw is also good. 16-11, 5-point Raider lead.
A little surprised Reichert has been out this long, unless she went out she picked up the first foul, but hasn't played in a couple minutes.
Let's see what the call is. Going to be a foul on the backside.
Well, a strong move by Presley Reese going to the basket, and again, we've seen her do that this year. She goes to the right, she goes to the left, and she's not afraid to shoot it with her left hand or even go left. She picks up a foul against Gubeau, her 2nd foul.
Reese connects.
Important for the Tigers to hit these free throws, a chance to score without the Russia defense on you and kind of get some offensive momentum back.
Second free throw, no good. Scott with a rebound. Raiders moving the basketball back over to Scott. Gubeau looks inside. Sherman's going to get it on Kloppenstein. Sherman wanted to shoot, unsure quite where she was at, it looked like. Scott from the outside, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to be off of Kloppenstein, and the Raiders will inbound it. Gubeau Rolls inside. Sherman will get it. Gubeau now has it. Looks inside to Dosick, and Reese reaches in and gets the jump ball.
It will stay with the Raiders. They'll avoid the turnover. They've only had one turnover in the second quarter, the Raiders have. That's just 3 in the game, so they've done a nice job taking care of the basketball.
Inside it goes Sherman. She'll get the bucket.
Got a nice back screen from someone on the block, and the Tigers couldn't get around, didn't switch, whatever. And boy, a nice entry pass, and Sherman scores her 4th point of the game.
Into the lane, Prenger, running right-hander, rims in and out. Sherman with a rebound. Gubeau pushes it up court. Monin. Back to Dosick. They'll bring it back out.
Russia has outscored Jackson Center 12-4 here in the second quarter.
Monin. Back over to Scott. Goes inside. Sherman. Scott to Gubeau. Clock coming up at 1:15. First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Gubeau fouled by Kloppenstein.
Good move by Gubeau. Kind of split the defenders. Got a crossover and went at Kloppenstein. Just too much body contact as Macy Kloppenstein will pick up her first, team's 4th.
18-12 our score as Reese Gubeau will step to the free throw line.
Hit her last 2 free throws just a possession or so ago. Misses her first one there.
Gubeau trying to get point number 5 here with 1:13 on the clock. First half of play.
Pulling and Holscher back into the Raider lineup.
Second free throw is good. Coming up in the final minute. First half, there's the double team, and there's a reach.
Yeah, the contact. The reaching is quote okay. It's the contact.
Contact.
And I always thought there was one that should have been called maybe earlier than that, but this will give the Tigers something they need. They've struggled on offense here in the quarter. A chance to get some points from the free throw line.
Oh, good game.
Grace Holscher with her first foul, team 7.
Presley Reese, the sophomore at the line, gets the nice roll, and the lead is 6 points for Russia.
Sometimes the rim will let you bounce it around there a couple times and just drop in casually. Other times you hit shots dead on, it rattles out and jumps out like a pinball. And Reese, good on both. She now has 6 points in the ball game, all here in the second quarter. Reichert had 8 points in the first quarter. They've been the only 2 Tigers to score, and they've done all the scoring, if you will, exclusively in the quarters they've scored. So 8 for Reichert and 6 for Reese.
Sherman out front. Gubeau will have it. Bowling. Ball off to Sherman. Tries to get it out in the wing to Monin, but they'll turn it over up quickly. Here's Biederman going inside to Kloppenstein. Shot will fall with 35 seconds to go, and it's a 3-point Russia lead. And big shot by Kloppenstein.
Yeah, I was surprised it went in. Didn't use the backboard. Kind of got it an awkward look at points off turnovers. They convert that steal by Reese into a bucket by Kloppenstein.
Monin has it in the corner. Gubeau comes. Monin's going to shoot it off target. 10 seconds. Prenger with the basketball. Over to Biederman. Got a whistle, and it's going to be a foul, and going to shoot 1 and 1, and boy, 1.4 seconds, and the Raiders commit the foul.
Yeah, tough break for them, but give credit to Biederman. She's left-handed, so I felt it was odd. She was going to the right, and I thought she's going to have a tough time getting a shot off, but she's a strong player and kind of drew body contact and just forced her way in there.
This is the 1 and 1 as the rebound comes down to Holscher, and that's going to end our first half of basketball. The Russia Raiders 19, the Jackson Center Tigers 16. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an Internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Varsity Raiders have a 3-point lead over Jackson Center. Jackson Center really started out strong in this one, and the Raiders battled back, and a couple of key players in, I guess you would say, foul trouble in the first half made for an interesting second quarter, and the Raiders are up now by 3 as we move into the third quarter.
Yeah, Borchers with 3 fouls. She hardly played in the second quarter for the Raiders. She played the full 8 minutes of the first quarter, scored a bucket early in the second quarter, and then picked up her third foul with 6:22 to play. Never saw the court again. And I mentioned Riker not playing. I didn't realize that I missed it. She has 2 fouls, so that could be why she didn't play the last half of the second quarter, but we'll see how that parlays here to the third. First half stats, each team shot 30% from the field. Jackson Center was 7 of 23 for 30%. 0 of 6 included in that 3-point line. And Jackson Center just 13 field goal attempts in the first half. They made 4. They did make 1 3-pointer. What kept Jackson Center in the game was that 3-pointer. And 7 of 8 from the line were the Tigers. Rushi was 3 of 5, so a little bit of advantage for the Tigers. And also turnovers. Rushi committed just 4 in the half. Jackson Center 9, with 6 of those in the second quarter, limiting their opportunities to get shots off.
Jackson Center has possession, and we start the third quarter, but they're going to turn it over here on first possession. And Coach Paul Premington takes the timeout, a 30-second timeout. And all timeouts this season, of course, brought to you by Precision Strip. I'd like to remind you that tonight's game will be replayed on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Monday, January the 16th at 5 p.m., Saturday, January the 21st at 10 a.m., and you can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports.
Before we get too far into the second half, we'll go through the leading scores for Rushi Raiders. 8 points from Ronnie Pullman leads them at half, 5 from Reese Kubo, 4 from Kate Sherman, 2 from Cece Borchers. Their total of 19.
Biederman will intercept the pass as Borchers tried to save it.
For the Tigers, 8 from Reichert, 6 from Reese, and 2 from Kloppenstein.
Biederman's 3-point attempt off target.
Right now, neither team has come out really with a positive start, if you will. A couple turnovers here, and granted it's early, but you like to come out a little bit of momentum, and for the Tigers try to draw back and regain the lead.
Borcher's shot rings in and out.
She must have been a bad girl over the holidays, and Santa Claus says no, because she's had some nice looks. And then, she finally does get a basket in the second quarter, but then picks up kind of an incidental third foul at half court, going after a loose ball, and has to sit down. So she kind of lost any momentum she might have had the balance of the second quarter.
Springer out front with it, working on Borchers. Over to Reichert in the wing. Kloppenstein stands at the free throw line as Reese breaks inside. She'll come back out. Biederman goes to the corner and Springer to the right side. There's the roll inside by Kloppenstein, trying to find Reichert, but that play just out of step.
It was a little bit, but again, Kloppenstein delivered a bounce pass was trying to get a bounce pass to Reichert, I believe it was. Guess what? Not intercepted. Sherman, for the second time in the game, kicks the ball, but the Tigers get to keep possession.
Reichert misses the jumper. Reese gets the rebound.
Another look here. They're limited second chance points for either team. Jackson Center had 2 second chance points. Raiders had 4 in the first half.
Reichert goes inside. Going to be a whistle, and it's going to be a foul. And
Reese Goubeau, her third foul.
Oh, man. Don't make it obvious.
And now Reichert had a very good first quarter, scored all 8 of her points in the first quarter, where she was 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Foul goes against Reese Goubeau, and Reichert will connect on the free throw, pull her team to within 2 points.
Well, that's her first foul. I don't know what I'm writing down. That's her first foul.
Second free throw for Reichert, and it's a 1-point game.
She now has 10 points, and again, for Reese Goubeau, her first foul. I thought she had one earlier. Nope.
Monin will have it out front. Sherman looks inside at Poling, gets it back out to Borchers. They're trying to get Borchers going, but Monin will have it. Monin to Goubeau inside. Not sure where that was going, but Reichert found it. Looks over at Springer, and it comes back into Reichert, and it's going to be picked up by Biederman, who gets it over to Kloppenstein. Reichert will pick it up, and Sherman will block it. Boy, some unusual, maybe sloppy play is the right word there.
Well, and Sherman finishes it with a block. She averages about 2 blocks a game as a 6'1" senior, and she got one there. Again, an awkward possession, and Raiders come away with the ball and a chance to score here in this end.
Borchers shot a little bit short. Here comes Reichert with the rebound and the basketball. Lead pass, Reese! And the whistle sounds, and Reese will go to the line.
I'll bring up 1 point. It was in the last possession, Jackson Center, when they came down in transition. The pass Jackson Center made was intercepted by C.C. Borchers, and her momentum took her out of bounds, and she just chucked it backwards. Again, it didn't really hurt the Raiders. You've got to be careful when you're going out of bounds underneath your enemy's basket. Just turning and throwing it back isn't always a smart thing to do. You might just want to pull onto it and come back and hit 5-on-5.
Second free throw is good. And the Tigers regain the lead with 5:15 to go in the third quarter.
Free throw shooting has definitely helped the Tigers tonight. They, again, 7 of 8 in the first half, 4 of 4 now in the second half, so they've only missed 1. And Rushi struggles as a team, not a real good free throw percentage shooting team.
Inside to Sherman, she's triple teamed. Biederman has it. Kloppenstein has it. Biederman finally just takes it away. Sherman loses her balance.
Third turnover of the quarter. They only had 4 in the first half. They have 3 here in the first 3.5 minutes. Reichert's going to third.
Reichert going after the rebound. She'll pick up the foul.
And you heard me probably say before, Dave, when you miss a shot inside, you're frustrated. It seems like that first whistle, if there's going to be a whistle, it's probably on the person who just missed the shot. And she followed the shot and just it didn't go where she was at, so she commits the foul. That's her third. She currently has 10 points.
Very aggressive player, so picks up foul number 3. Borchers.
Push on either the Tigers. Yep, Presley Reed's trying to fight through the screen, I assume. And we talked about that, Dave. I talked to you offset about how you can't fight through. I didn't really see it, but Instead of fighting around or over, she tried to go through to Presley Reese. Her first foul, team's second.
20-19. Jackson Center with the lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Borchers looks at Sherman, back out to Poling. Comes over to Goubeau. Out front to Borchers. Into the lane. Back over to Monin. Goubeau will bring it up.
Halfway through the third quarter, Dave Ruschi yet to score. Just 2 shots have been taken by the Raiders here in the quarter as we approach the halfway point now.
There's a shot by Borchers. Shot no good. Poling with a rebound. Gets it back out to Borchers. She gets it over to the left side, and Monin. Sherman will shoot the 18-footer. Shot no good, and the rebound will come down to the smallest player on the floor, I believe, and Grace Pringer.
She'll say thank you, Dave. Remember I said earlier, rebound is not always about your size, it's about your positioning.
Peterman's shot goes in and out.
Offensive rebound. We stay with the Tigers, and they pick up a foul against the Raiders.
So Jackson Center will inbound it. We got some subs coming in. Carly Scott, number 2, and Kelby Dosick, number 10 for the Raiders.
That foul against Reese Goubeau, her second foul. Team's third.
Biederman, turnaround jumper, doesn't go. Dosick with a rebound. Raiders just having all sorts of problems here.
4 turnovers here in the quarter.
Reese into the lane. Going to be a block, and that's not going to make the Ruschi bench happy at all.
And that's a tough call. Dosick was standing there, but Reese didn't hit her square. She kind of went off like her left side. That's a very difficult thing to judge and determine. It wasn't square on contact, as 10 for Jackson Center ran over 10 for Ruschi.
And Reese knocks that one home.
9 points in the ball game for Presley Reese.
Second free throw, a little bit short this time, and Dosick will grab it.
Just her second missed free throw of the game.
Outlet pass to Goubeau. Borchers. Scott with it. Dosick will shoot a 17-footer. You got the size advantage. Those 17-footers just don't seem right. Long shot by Biederman. Comes back into Reese. Jackson Center will reset.
Now, when it's under your own basket, you can just turn and chuck it back in, and that's what Jackson Center did, but they do commit their second turnover. Can't really capitalize on a second chance.
Goes to the left side, and Scott. Borchers gets it inside to Dosick, back out to Borchers, and it goes out of bounds. And
5 turnovers, and they had the play down against Riker where if they could have maybe gone at her, maybe pick up her 4th foul, but that results in turnover by the Raiders.
Full timeout. Paul Bremerton takes the timeout. Our score, Jackson Center 21, Ruschi 19. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
2 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Ruschi head coach Paul Bremerton says, we got to talk about this.
Yeah, he's not, obviously not happy the Raiders haven't scored. The Tigers haven't scored a field goal. Every point here in the half has been free throws.
Reichert in the lane, gets it back out. Pranger. Rebound comes down to Poling. Those are the kind of magical shots that you need. Scott will get the easy bucket, and we're tied at 21 all.
Who threw her the pass? Was it? No. I looked down. I wanted because I saw it coming. I saw that Scott was out in front.
Not sure. It might have been Borges. Inside it goes. Reichert will score. Uses that left hand and makes the move.
Well, the first field goal for the Tigers. They bounce right back and maintain that 2-point lead. But Raiders needed that point, that bucket in transition big time to help maybe jumpstart their offensive panic and build upon that in the final minute and a half.
Grace Holscher in the lineup for the Raiders. Number 23, Duboga's bullet pass inside to Poling, but it goes to the corner where Holscher will pick it up. Dosick puts it on the floor. Taken away there by Biederman as she tried to dump a pass off to Dosick. Inside the lane, shot no good. Here
nice
comes
move.
Dubois.
Just didn't finish, but a beautiful move to the left and by Reese, just couldn't get the score.
Inside, turnaround jumper, Dosick, no good, and there's going to be a foul on the backside. That'll go against Poling.
Nice job by Reichert rebounding. I'm surprised maybe again, Rushi hasn't really forced it into maybe Poling to let her go against Reichert. Almost, if you will, make the referee call something, because we get Reichert a fourth foul, that'd be huge. But for the most part, there's been a couple times here recently where Reichert's really been challenged guarding, and they haven't maybe been able to capitalize or take advantage of it.
Reichert will have the basketball. Clock counting down here in our third quarter of play. Biederman, top of the key. Pranger breaks to the basket, and that's going to be a turnover as Biederman pulls her pivot foot out front.
Third turnover of the quarter for the Tigers, 12th of the game for them. Rushi, six turnovers this quarter. They have a total of 10 in the ball game. Have scored just 2 points in the quarter.
Borchers with the basketball over to Scott. Back out front to Dosick. Holscher, number 23, had it for a moment. Back over to Borchers. Cece into the lane.
Oh, that's a tough call for that guy underneath. How did he see that? There was nothing. He could not have seen that from the baseline. I mean, it might look like it, but from my angle where we're up here, she bet backwards, and there was not even, Borchers didn't even jump into her. Tough break. And Reichert picks up her fourth foul.
Borchers will make the free throw.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Just I had a great angle, and I thought that's a tough call to see from the baseline. That's why they're told a lot of times guys from the baseline don't call over the back if you will on free throws. How can you tell?
Yeah, you really can't see it. Second free throw, no good. Biederman with a rebound. We got 10 seconds. Reese is going to catch it, puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Kloppenstein. Biederman, 15-footer at the buzzer, and it's no good. Good looks for the Tigers, but come away with nothing in our third quarter score. We'll move on to fourth quarter action. Jackson Center 23, Arushi 22. You are watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
8 minutes on the board as we start the fourth quarter, and it's a 1-point Jackson Center lead. And boy, A tough fourth foul on McKinley Reichert for Jackson Center. Talked about that at the end of the third quarter, so let's see how this next 8 minutes of play unfolds. Into the lane, Borchers pull-up jumper, and she connects, and it's going to be a foul, and she'll go and shoot the free throw.
Now goes against Kendall Reese, and a good start for the Raiders. They were 1 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Jackson Center 1 of 12. Combined shooting in the third quarter was 10% between those two teams.
Borchers hits them both.
Good start over the Raiders, and their leading scorer now getting a little bit of confidence, maybe with that bucket and the foul. She now has 2, 4, 6 points in a game. She's averaging almost 14 a game, so right now well below that average.
Biederman. Over to Kloppenstein. Nice move by Macy Kloppenstein. Boy, and she'll tie it up at 25. And the Raiders will turn it over.
And continue to throw the ball away. That's now 7.5, 11 in the ball game. And last possession, a beautiful move, as you mentioned, by Kloppenstein, finishing with left hand. Biederman hammered down unofficially. I'm trying to keep track of some assists. That's her third assist for Biederman here in the ball game.
Presley Reese with the basketball. Gubeau on her. Over to the right side, and Kendall Reese. As we said, Reichert on the bench with 4 fouls. It's going to be a jump ball, and possession arrow is going to favor the Tigers, so they'll inbound it. Presley Reese over to Kendall Reese. She'll put the shot up. Got it.
Long two-pointer, but they'll take it.
Just inside the arc. That's a big basket.
That is, considering she's in for Reichert. You know, they kind of just want to help her on defense, but if she can contribute offensively, that is a bonus, and big bucket for the Tigers.
Scott inside the lane, in trouble.
I thought it was a good call, but Reese there, Kendall that time, deflected the ball away, and then I believe her cousin Presley actually knocked it out of bounds. But right now, Kendall Reese just has a tough challenge against a very athletic Poling defending her.
Borchers turnaround jumper, a little bit short. She gets the rebound. Sherman has it now, puts it up. Shot doesn't go. Ball is like a volleyball, and it comes back out to Gubeau, who's going to fire the three, and it's just off target, but Borchers grabs the rebound.
Well, how many looks have they had here this possession?
Boy, they've had 4 good looks. Sherman had a couple of shots inside. Gubeau had, Borchers had one. Shot no good. It comes right back out to Scott. Borchers will fire it up again. No good. Sherman with the rebound. And the foul will go against Jackson Center.
Kloppenstein gets whistled for the foul, and what a possession here for the Raiders. They haven't scored yet, so it's not quite a wow yet, but boy, they've had some looks. Multiple shots. I think this is at least 5 or 6 shots.
Comes back into Borchers. Poling looks for Sherman. She gets clobbered.
Nice cut there by Sherman. Got separation from Kloppenstein. I'm not for sure which Tiger will get. It'll be Kloppenstein. She picks up back-to-back fouls, which will be her second and third. But that does avoid a good look for Sherman. If she'd have caught it, she'd have been able to turn around and square up for an easy look. 16 fouls for the Tigers.
Here comes the inbounds pass by Scott. Boy, Sherman was wide open. They missed picking up on Sherman. Poling will get Gubeau's miss, and they miss it again. Boy, what looks. Biederman on the breakaway. Gubeau trying to get position, and what a nice move by Biederman. Went to her left, nice soft touch, and Jackson Center with a 4-point lead. Inside Poling, off the glass, up and in. Big basket by Ronnie Poling.
That last possession, the Raiders shot 6 or 7 times, and of all things, Poling misses the last one. That was their first miss of the game, but then answers right back to answer Biederman's bucket with a basket of her own. Poling now with 10 points.
Kloppenstein, turnaround. Oh, my.
4 points in a quarter for Kloppenstein. That's a tough shot. That was left-handed, I believe.
Left-handed, definitely.
Kind of a turnaround, not hook shot, but that was a difficult shot.
Ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to go off Reese. When do you bring McKinley Reichert back in, Jeff? That's a tough question, isn't it?
Boy, you're ahead, so maybe not yet.
Maybe not yet.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's a hard one. Sherman into the lane. Shot no good. Ball tipped around. Monin will come out with it. Gubo has it and gets it to Borchers. Borchers wants...
almost get 3 seconds. She's been in there forever. She posted up.
They don't call 3 seconds very often.
Okay, well, but she posted up for a long time. I thought she was going to hop out, but instead she hopped up, got the ball, and then scored the bucket. So good job by her. Jackson Center will take their first timeout, I believe, of the ball game.
Full timeout and a wise timeout. They have the lead, 31-29, 4:31 to go. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Jackson Center coach Tiffany Brown takes the timeout. Her team has the basketball. They have a 2-point lead with 4:31 to play here in fourth quarter action at Jackson Center. Reese all the way over to Reese. Kendall Reese back out to Biederman into the lane. Left-handed shot, no good. Reese is going to grab it. Kendall Reese, that is, as Presley Reese will handle it now.
Again, they broke down that press because Reese was able to throw a long, strong diagonal pass.
Borchers with the steal. Breakaway. It's going to tie it up.
Almost.
Tie
it up. And that was Borchers, right?
That was Borchers.
Well, she's had trouble scoring that bucket, though. She has now 5 points in the quarter, 6 in the half, 8 in the ball game.
Reichert about to come back in. Kloppenstein's shot no good, and Monin will get a key rebound for the Raiders. Monin back out front to Sherman. Dubois. Borchers in the corner. Borchers with 8 points, tries to move into the lane.
Whoa.
Finds Sherman for the easy bucket. Think she take an extra step?
I don't know. Borchers got in there and ended up making a nice assist is what she did. It looked awkward to me, but nonetheless, a 2-point lead for the Raiders.
And Sherman will get the rebound.
She might have also had the block shot. That'd be her second of the game.
Borchers back out to Dubois. Monin has it.
Clock's running. They can't get Reichert back in. Remember, they were up by 4 and you asked me the question, and now they're down. I think it was a 31-27 when you asked me about it. It's a 6-0 run for the Raiders.
And there's a foul inside. And Borchers will go to the line.
Grace Pranger picked up the foul for second. Shooting foul for Borchers. 2 for 3 from the line.
Borchers at the line. 2:47 to go. Tough night for CC Borchers. She's got 8 points.
She's
Foul trouble in the first half.
She's had to work for all of them and had some nice looks and just haven't, didn't get the shooters roll tonight. But still battling, has her team up by 2 points.
Comes the free throw and it'll roll home. Lead goes to 3. Now Rushi's got to play some defense. Reese out front. Reichert back in the game. There's Biederman. Pranger with a rebound, puts it up. It doesn't go. Battle for the rebound. Comes down to Borchers. Biggest rebound for Borchers tonight right there. Clock coming up on 2 minutes to play in this one. Raiders 3-point lead. They're trying to hang on to their unbeaten status here in the Shelby County Athletic League. Only one loss on the season.
Offensive on Foley, battling down there with Reichert. Sorry, Dave, but yeah, they've had to work here to, if they can escape with a win, they're going to have to really be thankful because the Tigers have really made them work for it.
And it's on the road.
Yep.
Raiders, this is a tough place to play.
They haven't played a game since back on the 29th of December.
Biederman takes it inside. Shot in. Biederman connects, and it's a 1-point game. We're under 2 minutes to go.
Finished it with the right hand. She's a left-handed player. Made it for a difficult shot coming this way, but finishes nicely with her 4th point of the night.
Torchers, ball taken away by Reichert. Fast break pass. Up to Biederman, dumps it off to Pringer. She'll pull it out. Reese will shoot it at the arc. Connects, that's a 2-pointer. And the Tigers have regained the lead. And Tiger faithful on their feet here.
Points off turnovers. Reichert got the steal, made a nice downward pass and a nice bounce pass. I think it went to Pringer, who then hit Presley Reese for her bucket.
Dubois into the lane, off the glass, and she's going to be fouled. That's going to be on
Pringer and on the floor.
Against Pringer. Thought for a moment that was going to go against Presley Reese.
Pringer now with 3 fouls.
And Dubois shoots the free throws.
Oh, it wasn't.
They did call that on
Reese.
Presley Reese.
Her second. Team foul number 8.
Dubois at the line. Got it. We're tied. 35 all. 1:15 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Coach Brownigan, one of his keys to the game is free throw shooting, and I look down their stats. They don't shoot the free throws very well.
Second one is good. Dubois connects on a free throw. She came into tonight 61% at the line.
She's one of their leaders.
Ball tipped away by Mon, and Sherman's going to come up with it, and Dubois will have it. We're about to go under 1 minute to play. Timeout, Russia. 30-second timeout as Coach Paul Bremingen takes the timeout. The clock reads 58.8 seconds on the clock. That's what's left to play in a 1-point game. Raiders up by a point over Jackson Center. I'd like to remind you that tonight's game will be replayed on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Monday, January the 16th at 5 p.m. Saturday, January the 21st at 10 a.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Jackson Center with 18 fouls. The Raiders of Russia with 6. So
bonus opportunity for either team, but Russia closer to that double bonus situation. And we'll have to see how long Jackson Center wants to try to play defense and force a steal, or do you want to put a, let's say, a 4 shooting free throw team on the line early in hopes of a miss and you go down and work on your offense?
Let's see how it unveils. Clock coming up on 45 seconds. Monum with the basketball. Porchers. Back out front, Dubois. I think I'd foul a selected person.
Sherman almost got called for an illegal screen, or what I thought. But,
there's a steal. Biederman's got it. Off the glass, and Jackson Center takes a 1-point lead. 20 seconds remain. What a steal by
Biederman. And then the score on the right side from the left-hander.
Big time play.
He's going to let him go down. He's got a timeout left. We're down to 7 seconds.
Porchers off the glass, no good. Poling, no good. Sherman at the buzzer. We got it. Let's hang on, folks. A couple nights in a row like this, Jeff.
Yeah. We're going to put some time on the clock. There won't be a lot of time.
Can't only be a second.
But, boy, I believe it's
technical on the Russia coach, Paul Bremingen.
Just now?
Just now. So we're going to have more excitement than we anticipated.
0.6 seconds they have on the clock. Whoa.
Let's calm down, but one official gave the bench a technical. And technical against the Raiders, and Coach Bremergen is in disbelief at the call.
Boy, timeout, I would say you're allowed to kind of come on to the court a little bit. It wasn't like it was live. I don't know. Well,
I'm not sure if he was on it. Well, he called the time. He called the timeout.
Yeah, and then
or somebody called the timeout.
Yeah, not for sure.
Would have had to have been Jackson Center with the timeout.
Yes.
Jackson Center called the timeout.
Well, that's alert on their part to be able to get this, to get the. And I keep thinking they're motioning like they were on the court. Yeah, that could be with the timeout.
I think he might have said something.
What do you say?
I think it was something that was said, not on the court.
0.6 left.
Let's take a deep breath here. It's 1 point Russia lead, 38-37.
By Sherman, the bucket for Jackson Center from this distance to get a timeout. I didn't see a player called. The coach had to have been motioning it, and the referee then saw the timeout call.
I thought the shot was at the buzzer.
Yeah,
I don't even see how it was good.
Yeah.
Sherman put it back because they had 3 shots at it.
Yeah, Borchers, Poling, and then Sherman.
And Reichert will go to the free throw line and shoot these free throws.
Some say these might be the biggest of your life.
That's a tie ball game.
2, 4, 6, 2, 7 for 7.
0.6 seconds. And Russia gets the ball back.
No, Jackson Center will get it back.
Jackson Center. That's ball game, and it's a 1-point Tiger lead.
I shouldn't say that prematurely. Jackson Center will call a timeout, discuss it, throw it to your end of the basket, and just touch it. Boy, a wild finish here. I know we saw some wild ones last night at Holland Northern. But yeah, a freak ending here, no doubt.
And officials might need an escort tonight. We got 0.6 seconds left. We'll keep it right here. This is another wild one, isn't it?
I don't know. You have to put this in your daily journal. You've seen a lot of stuff. And
crazy basketball going on. Let's kind of recap what happened.
Yeah, you tell me. I'm going to listen.
Russia had the basketball. They had 3 shots at it. Sherman hits the 3rd rebound at what I thought was the buzzer. Jackson Center calls the timeout.
Got the officials' attention to blow the whistle.
And they put 0.6 seconds up. So that's where we're at.
And during that conversation?
During that, there was a conversation and a technical on the Russia bench.
Yes. That's pretty well said. You're a journalist by trade, huh?
Once in a while.
Why?
There it is.
39-38. What a performance by
Let's keep it right
the
here.
Tigers.
Man. I don't think I've ever seen, lots of emotions on the floor here. Congratulations being extended as the Tigers of Jackson Center pull one out at 39-38. First of all, I'm trying to figure out why there would have been a technical in the first place.
I don't have that answer. I'm not going to get it to you right now either. We're not going to find out. So
we're not going to find out until this one is till later. But anyway, and it was, it's one of those technicals. I'll talk out loud while you work on the stats. One of them technicals where the official, he wasn't thinking about the clock. It's what he heard because he did it just like that, very quickly, and just an unusual call, unusual finish. But Jackson Center, they moved to 8-5 and 4-3 in league play and stunned the Russia Raiders here at Jackson Center. That puts the Raiders at 11-2 and 5-1 as the technical goes on the Russia bench. And everyone a little bit disbelief. They put the 0.6 back up on the board. And McKinley Reichert shot the free throws and connected on both of them. And that gave Jackson Center the win. So if you're watching this live on NKTelco Sports, you got your money's worth. And you can only see it here on NKTelco Sports, what took place here tonight. Great girls high school basketball game, a real chess match between these two teams, and Jackson Center with a 1-point lead. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's game. Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allenbaugh Insurance, and NKTelco bringing you tonight's game. Additional sponsors, Burke Petroleum, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwiedemann Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securcom, and St. Henry Bank, all bringing you tonight's game. Keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, think first. Starting lineup sponsor, Emerson Climate Technologies. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. And our player of the game, which we will announce here in just a moment, all brought to you by NKTelco. Jackson Center live view sponsor, Allenbaugh Insurance. Those are all of our sponsors here for tonight. And I'm sure you're going to want to see this one again. And replays of tonight's game will be on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503 Monday, January the 16th at 5 p.m. and Saturday, January the 21st at 10 a.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. What an end to this contest. It's a 1-point win for Jackson Center, 39-38, as McKinley Reichert connects on 2 free throws with 0.6 seconds left on the clock after a technical was called on the Varsity bench after Kate Sherman connected on what appeared to be a game-winning rebound shot, which I said at the buzzer, but they put 0.6 seconds back on because Jackson Center had called timeout. So unusual, but it happened. And there's some very happy people here, and there's some very unhappy people here because this is only Rushi's second loss, and it's their first league loss in league loss. And of course, as we talked about it at the beginning of the night, Jackson Center has really been playing some very good basketball of late, and they need a little help here, and they got it.
Well, we talked a little bit about, these two teams met back in November, and Rushi won by 17. Now, I don't know the flow of the game, but they won by 17, 45-28. And when you play teams twice, you just use as a benchmark. Have we gotten better? What can we do differently the next time? Well, the Tigers came out here, got a 39-38 win, and the Rushi Raiders their first league loss. And performance, it wasn't the prettiest, perfect game, but boy, they battled the Tigers, and the Raiders appeared to maybe have fought through it with their senior leadership and just their stamina to stay with it and fight through an ugly game. But the game's not over until the final horn goes off and the Tigers prevail with a 1-point W.
And these two teams are going to move on. They're going to play Midwest Athletic Conference teams here in just a matter of a couple of days.
2 days.
It
It won't get any easier for either of them. Rushi is going to be at home against Mary Local, who defeated New Knoxville tonight. They're now 11-2 and 5-0 in the Midwest Athletic Conference. And for Jackson Center, I'll have the game here on Saturday. They play a very respectable, very good Versailles team entering tonight's game at 5-6. I don't know what they did tonight, but these next two SCAL teams are going to play MAC teams and some good ones, their next opponents.
Let's take a look at our final numbers here for tonight, all brought to you by Wagner's IGA.
Okay, for the Rushi Raiders, they shoot from 2-point range, 14 of 37 from 2-point range, 0 of 10 from 3-point range for the Raiders. No 3-pointers made. Field goal shooting overall for them, 14 of 47 for 29%. For the Jackson Center Tigers, 11 of 31, 2-point shooting, 1 of 6. That 3-pointer was made in the second quarter by Presley Reese, so they were 1 of 6 for three-point shooting. Overall, 12 of 37 for a little bit better percentage than the Raiders at 32%. Free throw shooting, kind of the difference in the ball game there, maybe a little bit. Russia shot it pretty good, 8 of 12, considering their low team percentage. 8 of 12 from the line for Russia. Jackson Center is 14 of 16, 87%. They were 7 of 8 in the second half, and none bigger than a 2 for 2 in the fourth quarter by McKinley Riker, the game winners. So free throw shooting there, very good for the Tigers. Rebounding margin, Russia had 34. They had a number of opportunities, but they had multiple looks.
And that's kind of what happened at the end of the game.
But they capitalized on that trip. They have 34 rebounds total. 15 of them were offensive. They scored in the last one. Just 27, I shouldn't say just, but 27 rebounds for the Tigers. Turnovers, Russia 15 in the game. Jackson Center 14. And Russia really was careless with the basketball, or, if you will, had 11 of those in the second half. But those are your final stats. And a lot to look at. And for the Raiders, are going to have a lot of things. Yeah, the technical at the end of the game didn't help them. But, boy, what could they have done differently? Or when could they maybe have, sharpened it up a bit? Or, what happened? And for the Tigers, you take this as a big win. This is a momentum builder we talked about before the game. Confidence, pride, confidence. And they're gelling now. They're getting some rhythm under their feet. It wasn't pretty, but they maintained. A deficit came back when it wasn't looking great, and got a hard-fought W.
Yeah, Jackson Center with the win continues their winning ways, goes to 7-5, and of course we've got our player of the game brought to you by NKTelco, and I think without doubt McKinley Reichert. First of all, she hit the 2 big free throws to win it, and played a strong game when she was on the floor.
Yeah, sat out some time, but got them off to a good start. 8 points in the first quarter. Picked up some fouls, had to sit down most of the second quarter. Came back in the third quarter, got some points, hit those 2 big free throws, and finished the game with 4 fouls, but 14 points. And did a lot of rebounding, strong defense against a very good Ronnie Poling. And, helped just run the offense as well, and a team player. And congratulations to the sophomore, number 14, McKinley Reichert, our NKTelco player of the game.
So Jackson Center, the big Shelby County Athletic League win over Arooshie by 1, 39-38. I want to thank all of you for watching tonight's contest. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and with me tonight, Jeff Henshin. And you have been watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.